Right guys, let's talk about club face. It's a huge topic, loads of you want to talk about it. Now I'm talking about club face from a direction point of view because you've also got loft in the mix, which is a completely different conversation. So let's talk about club face from a direction point of view. And of course, we're talking about it being open, square and closed, which is going to affect the direction of the golf ball. Now, when you take your setup and just have a little fiddle around at the idea of opening and closing the club face, I want you to see that this is wrist rotation that is directly influencing that. So it's wrist rotation in the movement that's actually going to look after your club face and really help you with direction. So a great reference for you, let's think about your right hand, your trail hand at the back of the club. Now it's quite nice sometimes to think about the palm, but in many ways when we're talking about loft, sometimes the palm would be pointing sort of facing down, so that's not always best for direction. The best way you can do direction is to actually think about the inside of your wrist. When you line your right hand up, which should be nicely on the back of the club, don't want it on top, don't want it underneath. This rotation of the hand and wrist, actually, I want you to tune into this part of your wrist. So not even your hand, your kind of wrist here, and see that actually, when you put your club face nice and square and your right hand nicely on the back of the club, this is going to be your reference. And yes, at the top of the backswing, it's open. It's pointing at you, or I'm pointing it at you. It is open. Let the club face open, that's fine. But on the way down, as if part of my hand stayed looking at you, that club face is still open. That's square, that's closed. It's wrist rotation that is the skill here. Now be careful, because arm rotation can have an impact on wrist rotation. Sometimes even some body movements can kind of maneuver the hand. So let's make sure you're just thinking about the direct influence over this kind of hand skill. Even without a club, really helpful for you to feel like, well, that's open, that's square, that's closed. Because you can play around with wrist rotation. This cupping and bowing business people talk about is not affecting club face. This is loft. So that's another conversation. But on the direction point of view, wrist rotation, use the inside of your wrist as your reference. Play around with and without a golf club. Hitting some open shots on purpose, some closed ones, really going to help you out.